Hello everyone, Weather Jamaica here. Welcome to this updated video on the weather across Jamaica and the Caribbean. It is Tuesday evening, November 22nd, 2022. Before we jump into it, please ensure that you guys like the video, share it, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I post a brand new video. All right, so let's talk about the forecast that was made yesterday for today, shall we? We said that we'd have some rainfall across portions of northern Jamaica during the early morning hours, 3 a.m. on Tuesday morning, according to the Euro and the GFS, as well as central and western Jamaica during 4 p.m., according to the same models. What did we have happening? We made a post this morning, 4:40 a.m. Tuesday. As predicted, Tuesday's early morning Doppler radar images show rainfall across portions of northern Jamaica. What did we see? Rainfall, according to the Cuban Doppler radar site, across portions of St. Mary, St. Anne, Trelawney, St. James. Okay. What about the afternoon hours? Let me reload this page quickly. Shall we see what happened? We saw that we had a buildup of clouds across portions of central and western Jamaica, affecting those areas, even with some thunderstorms. Look at the infrared satellite loop, all of those cold cloud tops. We even had some lightning in there as well. Even up to recording hour at this time, we had some commenters who said that it was still raining across portions of Westmoreland. So I guess some of that afternoon rainfall spilled into the evening hours. All right, let's talk about the forecast for tomorrow, shall we? Look at the wind speeds and wind direction first. So we see that we're going to be having somewhat of an easterly flow across portions of the island, especially southern Jamaica, pushing most of that wind and cloud cover that could build up to bring afternoon thunderstorms across portions of northern and western Jamaica. That's according to the Euro, though. What does the GFS show? Basically the same thing. So if there's any chance of rainfall developing across portions of the island, it's going to be across portions of northern and western Jamaica. And with all of this brisk wind coming in from the east southeast, there's a chance that we could get some rainfall across portions of eastern Jamaica. So St. Thomas and Portland could get in on some rainfall as well. Talk about the high upper level winds, shall we? We'll have wind shear mainly across portions of the southern United States. Over Jamaica, we have upper level high pressure. We don't have much wind shear, but it is still there, and it's coming from a west to east fashion right here across the island. That's according to the Euro, though. What does the GFS show? Basically, the same thing. Let's talk about the forecast for tomorrow, shall we? According to the Euro, we see where we have rainfall late tonight, according to the this model. That's 10 p.m. What does the GFS show? Basically, the same thing. What about 11 p.m.? Same thing on the Euro, same thing on the GFS. 1 a.m. Euro rainfall, St. Thomas, Portland. Same thing on the GFS, even some of it making its way into portions of southern Clarendon, southern St. Catherine, even portions of St. Mary as well. What about 7 a.m.? We still have some rainfall across portions of St. Thomas and Portland. That's on the Euro. What does the GFS show? GFS is basically showing basically the same thing at 7 a.m. Let's talk about the forecast for the afternoons, shall we? So during the afternoon hours, we see where we're going to be having some rainfall still across portions of eastern, central, and western Jamaica. So see, the cloud cover is going to be building across portions of the northern portions of the island, even spilling over into western Jamaica, and eastern Jamaica is going to be affected as well. That's according to the Euro. What does the GFS show? Basically the same thing. And if we actually take a look at the accumulated precipitation forecast, we see where most of the rainfall on the Euro will be piled up across portions of the northern portions of the island. So portions of Hanover, St. James, Trelawney, and St. Thomas could get in on most of the rainfall for tomorrow. What does the GFS show? Maybe some portions of Hanover and Westmoreland, with a bias towards the southeastern portion of the island, so portions of southern Clarendon, southern St. Catherine. St. Thomas and Portland, more agreeable considering that that's what was seen on the Euro. And we know that when there's consensus, when there's agreement between the two models, that there is more of a likely shot that that will happen. So it makes sense that our workers here, where the Jamaica made this forecast, they said the ECMWF and GFS supercomputer models are in agreement that portions of eastern Jamaica could receive rainfall late on Tuesday night into the early morning of Wednesday, November 23, also affecting sections of northern and eastern Jamaica. So basically the same maps that were just shown just now, eastern Jamaica for tonight into early tomorrow morning, and eastern, central, and western Jamaica for the afternoon. So we'll see what happens. I guess that's it for the forecast, the weather report and forecast for Jamaica. Let's talk about the Caribbean, shall we? So, according to the US National Hurricane Center's page, we still have nothing to worry about for the next 5 days. Let's hope it stays that way as we wrap up November. Let us look at the satellite image, shall we? Satellite images show we still have a stalled out front across portions of the North Atlantic into Florida and the Gulf of Mexico, and we still have clouds associated with those troughs affecting portions of the eastern and southern Caribbean, especially the Windward Islands. Portions of those areas still receiving rainfall. If we actually look at the Doppler radar images right now, we know the Doppler radar images are different from the satellite images. Satellite images show clouds, and we can have clouds over an area and no rainfall at all. On the Doppler radar images, we see where the blue represent light rain, the green represent maybe moderate rainfall, and the yellow represent heavy rainfall. We have some rainfall across portions of Mexico and Belize. What about the Caribbean though? According to these images, we see where we have rainfall right now affecting some light rainfall, maybe affecting Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. Rainfall stretching all the way from Guadeloupe into Dominica, Martinique, St. Lucia, Barbados, Grenada, Tobago, and Trinidad. And the thing is, these same spots are being forecasted to have more rainfall tomorrow. This map goes up to Thursday 0Z. That's about 10 p.m. on Wednesday. Where's the rainfall? We still have that rainfall according to the Euro on over Jamaica. But look where most of the rainfall is gonna be. Anywhere from 0.1 to, let's say, almost 2 inches of rainfall will be affecting portions of Honduras, Nicaragua, the Eastern Caribbean islands that were just mentioned, especially across portions of Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada. So there's a high possibility of flooding as well. Same thing on the GFS. And we know that when there's consensus like this, it is not a good look because it actually might happen. There's a high certainty of it happening. All right, let us look at the maps for the next 120 hours as the US National Hurricane Center would normally do the next 5 days. We don't see much in the way of anything happening. The same troughs bringing rainfall, stretching all the way from the Eastern Caribbean to Central America. That's according to the Euro though. What does the GFS show? GFS is basically showing the same thing. Rainfall pushing into the Caribbean, affecting portions of Central America as well. And look at the accumulated precipitation forecast according to the Euro for the next 5 days. Looks like fire, doesn't it? But this is showing where most of the rainfall will be anywhere from 0.1 to 3 inches in the purple, affecting portions of Honduras and Nicaragua, Trinidad and Tobago, portions of southern the South America. Even on the GFS is showing the same thing. Even Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao might get in on some of that extreme weather of 3 inches of rainfall as well. All right, so that's it for the forecast in the short and long term. Let us look at where we're actually at in terms of storm activity for the month of November. So we already passed the peak. We're somewhere here, close to December, right here falling off the mountain. It's the 22nd. So the hurricane season is wrapping up. Where do we normally see this kind of activity in November? The southwestern, western Caribbean, and stretching all the way over and moving towards Cuba, Turks and Caicos, the Bahamas, and moving all the way out into the Atlantic. Let's hope there's nothing else to talk about. Let's talk long range, shall we? So for December now, where are we going to be seeing the rainfall? According to the CFS, that's the Climate Forecast System, we see that we have some rainfall across portions of Nicaragua, Belize, Honduras, Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Cuba, the Bahamas, the Turks and Caicos. But is there agreement between this model and any other? What about the CAN6? The Canadian model is showing the same thing. Belize, Nicaragua, and Honduras, Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and Cuba. But it's also incorporating portions of Panama, Colombia, Venezuela. We didn't see that. That's disagreement. But what does the NMME model show for December? We see the same agreement for western portions of the Caribbean, Jamaica, Cayman Islands, the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, Cuba. But it's starting to incorporate more of what we saw in the CAN6 model, with the southern portions of the Caribbean. But that doesn't make any sense because usually this is when the dry season comes into play in December for these months. So it's kind of hard to believe. Either way, I'll be here keeping you guys posted with the latest updates. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, take care. Bye-bye now.